Australia going to be the ones to kick off first from left to right in this cup final. Australia winners here last year at the Oceania Sevens. New Zealand going to take their title here in 2017. Australia, Emma Tonegato will get us started. New Zealand able to take that ball out nicely. Play on the inside, and Ruby Tui wrapping around. She's been outstanding. Ruby Tui over the course of this tournament, taken down by Kaslik. Little knock on there, so great defence from Australia. Wasn't called, yes it was from the assistant referee. That's good defence from the number 7 for Australia. Kaslik here on Ruby Tui. Was able to bring her down. Just a little knock on when she went to deck, wasn't it? But that's great work from Kaslik.
Yes, Kaslik has been, just had a high work rate here over the course of the 2 days.
Much in the feeling out period, some very experienced full packs between these two teams. Shannon Parry, the captain, on his near side of the field against Portia Woodman. Woodman's having to play in the forwards because Michaela Blythe, winger, is out in the back line. Tough pass to take, but they do well, Australia, to get that back. Going on the outside. They're able to, I think if she stays outside there, Tonegato, there's a bit of space that worked it nicely at Australia. Intercept pass by Gail Broughton now. Pilot Nathan Wong. The late switch with Portia Woodman. Now here she goes. Portia Woodman. 8 tries already over the course of this tournament. Ruby Tui at the base. He's down to one knee. Does it Fitzpatrick. Sets it up nicely. Broughton now to the left-hand side. Nathan Wong. Misses out Woodman now. First time we've seen Sarah Goss. Defense there. Another tackle from Quirk. Down low was Broughton with the catch. Goes back and uses the kick. Try and get in behind Australia. Sits up nicely for Blythe. Does Tonegato, who loses her feet, and Blythe now with open space. Can Kaslik get across? She can. The sweep, but that's a brilliant tackle one-on-one by Kaslik.
Well, we've been talking about this young lady, and just her work rate on defense has been brilliant. But again, a great attacking opportunity there for New Zealand. It was great vision as well from them to kick that ball out towards Blythe. But again, great defense from Kaslik to stop that.
Two telling tackles, Kaslik in this final already. You see there Tonegato in the slippery conditions, just losing their feet against Blythe. Kaslik now the throw, and it doesn't hit the jumper, and Ruby Tui is going to be the first one to get the score in this final. Comes from a mistake from Australia. New Zealand 5-0.
What an important start there for New Zealand, and Ruby Tui, as you had mentioned, Carl, has been working well over the 2 days, and just a recipient of that line out, and just crashes over.
She's one of those players that you really do need in the trenches. He does all the hard work, Ruby Tui. Dirty stuff, the dark stuff that no one likes doing, cleaning out rucks, getting around, working hard. Nominee for the World Sevens Women's Player of the Year, Ruby Tui. Michaela Blythe also, another nominee. Nathan Wong normally likes to go out to the right-hand side with their kickoffs. Got Woodman on the far side of the field, Tui and Goss. All the forwards lined out to the right for the New Zealand team. And that's the way she goes. Nathan Wong, good high contestable kick. Did they go the 10? Referee says no. She looked at the assistant referee. Knock on, it has to be going to come back here for New Zealand. So that's a let off for Australia.
That ball just not going the 10, and of course coming off the New Zealand player, and so scrum time here for Australia with the feed into the scrum.
I think it was Woodman, she's called that it's gone forward off. Oh, actually come off her head, so that should be play on. Wasn't in hands, but anyway, Australia under pressure at scrum time. We're able to get it out as Caslick. Dusty pass in the midfield. Fitzpatrick with a nice one-on-one tackle. Can't wait for this matchup. Ponigato against Michaela Blight. Goss didn't come right behind through the gate. He come from the side. Emily Cherry now takes the quick tap. Australia through. Right, just not able to hit her marker. Both teams still in the feeling out process, you feel. Neither side has really been able to stamp their authority in this game.
Yeah, another great opportunity there for Australia, but just unfortunate with, just letting them down in terms of, their accuracy there. That ball just going across forward.
Just Caslick, I think from the last scrum, she took a bit of a knock. Missed the pass from the light there. You can see there, goes into defence of Ruby Tui, which forces that pass forward. I don't think Caslick is 100% at the moment. She's going to stay on though. She's a tough girl. Nathan Wong, and they have an unusual setup, New Zealand. They come very close. Michaela Blythe's like in a deep fullback role. Gail Broughton's there, right behind the scrum. They're not set, so it's going to be a free kick to New Zealand. They take it quickly out to Fitzpatrick. Now to Goss, coming around, working hard, not much on, doesn't want to engage defence until she has to. Now she does, so they need a support player. New Zealand, Fitzpatrick gets there. Broughton clears it out to Nathan Wong. Nothing on there again. She's still down. Ruby Tui now takes it forward. Delay cut with Portia Woodman. The straighten and the footwork. Good one-on-one tackle by Caslick. Portia's up there, releases it, now long place. Defence out, nice and quick. The dummy from Goss. Punches it out. Nathan Wong off her knees, gives it to Ruby Tui. Good defence here. Now a little bit of hold for Ruby. To Nathan Wong. Fitzpatrick with the decoy. A little bit of footwork. Out the back door to Goss. Dummy to go on the outside to Blythe. They keep the little kick in behind from Tyler Nathan Wong. And another one. Doesn't come off. And now the hooter goes. Australia, can they score before the half and even it up? Ruby Tui with another tackle. Goss comes in. And the cross. Smart work by Goss. I think if this is a penalty, they have to play on. No, she says that's enough. And a close match. New Zealand through a try through Ruby Tui lead this one 5 points to 0. The Australian men's team looking on in their corporate box here at ANZ Stadium. Very tense.
Best seat in the house.
Great to see that they've stayed along and to support their ladies. Sarah Goss here, you can just see they're talking to her troops, the captain, giving her thoughts. And they've had a lot of ball, but it just seemed like they haven't been able to really stamp their game plan on this one. They've been very structured in the first games on day one and day two until this final, but Australia, through their defence, put a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, absolutely. As we saw in those last few minutes, just before the break, Australia really getting up there and just rushing forward in terms of defence and just getting New Zealand off their normal fluid movements that they usually enjoy. But I'm sure they'll try and rectify that in this second half.
Some great players on both of these squads, but what I really like about it too is two very young up-and-coming coaches. Tim Walsh for Australia, international rugby. Alan Bunting for New Zealand, former New Zealand All Black Sevens player. They have added a new dimension to these two squads. Before this tournament, New Zealand actually went over to Aussie and they had some games against each other, so these two teams would know each other quite closely. So working together, these two teams, sometimes with Australia and New Zealand, you don't see very often, Asi.
It's nice to see them working together, but I guess for most of the core teams that are participating here at the Oceania Sevens, this is just a great build-up for them before the series gets underway.
Sykes will want an opportunity. We haven't really seen her with ball in hand as yet. She's a young player that can really go for Australia. Emma Sykes, and now Tyler Nathan Wong will get us started in the second half. Missed time jump, but it Bounces fortuitously for Australia. Taken up strongly. Polite sets it up. Good clean ball for Australia. Deep in the pocket. Pass on Perry Caslick. Bounce back to Blind. Through Sykes. Now will they get some go forward. Do Australia. Releasing there is Sarah Goss. They take it quickly. Late cut with Sykes. They come back to Blind. Looking on for Shani Williams, so she just takes it forward. So good in that department, getting the go forward. Ruby Tui comes back and affects a tackle. Well, the head numbers did Australia, and unfortunately, just the rush of the pass, she couldn't take it. Sheer quirk. Under pressure.
Yeah, Australia will be disappointed with that. They've had some great passages of play, but just couldn't hang on to that ball. But again, you know, just great pressure from New Zealand as well.
It's good recognition from Sykes to bounce back to Blind, and they created the numbers. They had 3 there, in fact, probably too many. Did Australia, and now they've let New Zealand off the hook. There's only Portia Woodman there in defence. Time to push Australia. New Zealand finally get it in, they clear it too. Does Wong. And you see again, in that set piece though, Clyde has to take it in. Williams challenges at the breakdown. Wong does good. Starve her off now. Blyde one-on-one. Got a lot of space. Fitzpatrick. Goss there. They're trying to keep her up. Knees down, so they have to release. The tackle player. Broughton. Comes back to the open. Nathan Wong brought in again. Just biding their time. Now here goes Blyde. Takes it forward. Does the winger. Sets it up. Energy sapping stuff here. Turn, sets. Broughton going backwards. No one in behind there, so that's good defence from Australia. You can see they set 2 players on the outside of it, trying to cut off the passing lane. She does well to get to deck, but look at her, only 7 metres out from her own try line. Is Broughton. They've got the penalty advantage now, New Zealand. Portia Woodman on the outside, gives it in to Fitzpatrick, drops it out the boot. Now there's a hole there for Tyler Nathan Wong on the angle. Can she link up with Sarah Goss, the captain? Blyde is back in deep. Now Goss gets it to her, stops and goes. Does Blyde, sets it up again. They have to get onside. She pops it up to Goss. She's got Nathan Wong on the inside, but Goss with the right hand fend comes back again. Does Polite. Caslick challenges at the breakdown. Wong stays strong. Ruby Tui. The loopy pass out to Woodman. What can she do? The late cut with Broughton. Good footwork from Broughton, and she goes through the hole. Does Gail Broughton. An extended period of play. Smack on the chest for the firm for Gail Broughton, and New Zealand's second try.
Wow, amazing work there from the New Zealand Black Ferns, and of course, you know, it's just the length of the field, the effort, you know, but they were very patient in their build-up, and just waiting to see this young lady do her magic, Broughton, and you know, she just broke the defense and saw the gap and just took it. Wonderful to see her score a try here for New Zealand.
Great composure by Gail Broughton. She had to get back. She was under pressure from the Australian defence. She went all the way back into row 22, but they still had possession. That was the key. They were able to repeat phases, New Zealand. In the end, they just waited for the opportunity, waited for the mismatch, and Gail Broughton saw Shani Williams in front of her. Back on the forward. Footwork of Gail Broughton. Too good. Conversion successful from Nathan Wong. So it's a 2-score lead for New Zealand at the moment. Nathan Wong now gets the ball well over the 10-metre line. That's gone forward off Australia. Saeli onto the field for New Zealand. Shannon Parry was the one that couldn't take that kick-off for Australia, the captain. So much experience, so much respect she gains. Shannon Parry, one of the best players in the women's game, and the forwards for Australia. Now, Nathan Wong at scrum half. Good hook from New Zealand. Gail Broughton, the try scorer, gives it out. Work in the midfield from Patrick, who sets it up nicely. Hands in that ruck from Australia. New Zealand don't have to rush here. It's actually Renee Wycliffe who's come onto the field. Another woman who was in Black Ferns 15-a-side World Cup winning team, Renee Wycliffe. Sykes waiting for an opportunity now. Nathan Wong goes around Broughton, draws in two defenders. Wycliffe, nothing on for her, so she sets it up. Quick over the ball, all Australia, and that's a good turnover, and much needed one as well. Very quickly does Kaslik. There goes Sykes. To the open where Williams is waiting. Nothing really on in Saeli. Well, she might be in a bit of trouble here. The double blow of the whistle, it might be a deliberate knockdown, so New Zealand going to be reduced to 6 women. Zero tolerance with this. Put a hand up and knock the ball down. It's an automatic yellow card. 40 seconds left for Australia to try and finish with confidence boost. We're going to have a new Oceania champion here in 2017. Australia won it last year. New Zealand have been so good, really targeted this tournament for their build up to Dubai. Brought their top lineup and they have paid dividends, that's for sure. Been working hard over the Aussies and this New Zealand team. The combinations, you don't really know until you test it under fire, and they've really proved good over the course of the 2 days. Ruby Tui has been outstanding. Follow Nathan Wong, and there's the hooter. We're going to have one more play in this final. They know now that the game is theirs. There's no way Australia can win this game. But Ruby Tui just saying that we want to finish with a 0 for Australia. Don't let them in as subs come on late for this New Zealand team. Stacey Waka, another one who's a World Cup winner, coming on in the prop position. Just making sure we have the right number of women on the field. Saeli sitting down for New Zealand, so they're down to 6. Charlotte Kaslik here. Been impressed with both teams over this weekend though, Asi.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure there'll be lessons learned here for Australia moving forward. But it's just been a dominant display from New Zealand, and just taking their opportunities and converting it into points.
Very, very professional performance from this New Zealand team over the course of this weekend. In the final once again. Now, caught short the numbers, numerical advantage for Australia. The dummy and go from Emily Cherry. She gives it out to Polite, who's finally going to get Australia some points in this final. They flash it at the end, do Australia. They deserve it too, been working hard.
They'll take a lot of confidence out of that, and Emily Cherry just sizing up the New Zealand defense, feigned to pass one way, decided to go on her own and then pass it out wide to Polite, and Australia, they'll be pretty pleased to get points on the board.
7 on 6. It's always going to be a tough assignment defensively for New Zealand to stop that attack. Emily Cherry, the way she took the ball forward with authority. I think they said they don't want to take the kick, and there was still time, so you have enough time for a kick-off. That's what Shannon Perry was trying to discuss with the referee, but the hooter had gone before she put the ball down, so there's no way you can call for another kick-off. So they have to take the conversion, and time will be up. So trying to plead the case is Emma Sykes, to no avail. Perry's still arguing of it, saying, don't take the conversion, got time for the kick-off, but the hooter had sounded, so the referee is correct here in her ruling. I don't think you're going to beat the referee in this discussion. I don't think anyone's won that argument. one person in charge is the woman in blue. She's saying, kick the goal. Let's kick the goal. Controversial end to what has been an outstanding final. In the end, this New Zealand team are victorious in the Oceania Sevens champions for 2017. New Zealand take this one 12 points to 5. And Nasi, outstanding final and a close one, as you'd expect, between these two outstanding units.
Yeah, absolutely, and just impressive New Zealand over the 2 days, and it's just been a real pleasure for a lot of the teams here in the Oceania region, particularly in the Pacific, to be up against the two best sides in the world, Australia and New Zealand. But on this occasion, of course, New Zealand just too strong. We saw how they dominated the World Series, and again here in this final, just a wonderful display from the Black Ferns.
I think also we can't underestimate the other Oceania nations that have come here and been able to play and apply their trade against these top sides and find out where they stand in the scheme of the World 7 Series and the level, Papua New Guinea and the likes like that. Ghana, I think, is a real star. It's been placed on the map after this tournament for Papua New Guinea. But all these sides, it's great and fantastic to have a platform for these young men and women to thrive.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course, congratulations to PNG. Both the men's and women's team will qualify, of course, for the Australia and New Zealand leg of the tournament, and of course the World Cup later on. And as you said, yes, it's a good platform for a lot of these teams in the Pacific to be up against the two best sides in the world, Australia and New Zealand, and not only in terms of the teams but also for the officials as well. We've seen a lot of the local referees, not only from Fiji but Samoa as well, being able to be up against some of the top referees from around the region. And also just a pleasure to have you here as well, KT. It's been a real great platform for us as well as broadcasters to have your experience and of course your expertise.
I've come to Fiji, you can see the New Zealand women's team going over to their support place in the corner here. Family and friends have turned up and followed these teams. We've had New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, the Cook Islands, Tahiti, Australia, Fiji, Samoa and Tonga on the women's side of the draw, applying to be Oceania Sevens champions in 2017. Great to see that New Zealand men's team stay there as well as we go down to the presentation. It's going to be the officials to come through first and receive their medals, as you spoke about. Great opportunity for these officials to come and also gain some experience at the highest level, see what it's really like, learn from Richard Kelly, one of the core referees on the HSBC Sevens World Series. Great to have his experience for this young group, passing on his knowledge also.
Yeah, absolutely, and also great to see the women's referees, of course, from Samoa, Fa'opulena, and of course Fiji's Makareta, and just a great chance for them as well to officiate in matches like this.
I'm not really one to give referees a rap, to be honest, but I think it's been pretty good over this weekend from the men's and women's side of the draw. We've pretty much got it spot on for the majority. Jay White there, just on the right hand side in the middle. Fiji Rugby Union ball, Singatoka River Safari up there on the west side of Fiji. Singatoka. Mark Anderson also, Rugby Union just leaving the stage as well. So officials come down and have their memento for this Oceania Sevens tournament. Kelly there just holding his breath in for that photo. There we see the New Zealand team making the cup final. Unfortunately, weren't able to get it done. Fiji were outstanding against them, but New Zealand, you can see that we're pretty happy with the work over this course of the weekend. The first hit out for them. I'm sure they'll be a lot of learnings for them going forward under a new coach in Clark Laidlaw. His first tournament in charge, Tomasi Tama, with his arms crossed. Well, I know he never likes losing.
Yeah, he's such a great player, Tomasi Dama, just like he's, just following the footsteps of his dad, the great Tomasi Dama. And Regan Ware as well there, just unfortunate for him to be injured in this tournament as well.
Teddy Stanaway not able to go for New Zealand All Black Sevens team as well after heading off yesterday. Here we come. The Cup champions on the men's side, led up by Gareth Baber, the coach. Fiji, great start to the year for them, leading into Dubai, where they traditionally are very strong in their first tournament. Fiji there, Bakunina Billy taking his medal also. Kai Vata, Ravovo was outstanding. Sakau Balavu also. Patini Savu, Domolala, the experience. Lathungu, Tani Sinkula. Nasoko was huge in that performance, in their final especially. Roroko. And last, just coming up, the captain, Jerry Tuwai, who I thought was outstanding, leading from the front as always over the weekend here, Asi.
Well done, by the way, with the Fijian names, KT, and of course, yeah, Jerry Tuwai, just, exceptional. He's got great vision as well, and taking over the leadership reign here at the Oceania Rugby Sevens. He was really central in Fiji's attack.
And here it is. There's the handing over of the Oceania Sevens trophy to the champion Fijian team for 2017. They go back to back. Fiji. Teams here on the men's side, along with Fiji, American Samoa, New Caledonia, New Zealand, Cook Islands, Nauru, Australia, Tonga, Solomon Islands, Samoa, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, and Tuvalu, getting some much gained experience against the top nations in the world, the Olympic champions, Fiji. You can't underestimate what that means for those countries.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the interest has also grown here in the Pacific with sevens being an Olympic sport, and of course Fiji getting up there and winning the gold medal. And, it's really opened the door for a lot of teams in the Pacific, just telling themselves I can do that as well. And so just the interest here in the Pacific has really grown, because it's a chance for small countries to be able to get a medal up there at the Olympics.
There was a lot of spots on the line too, and Rugby World Cup spots in San Francisco in 2018, Commonwealth Games spots, some spots for the Hamilton and Sydney legs, HSBC Sevens World Series. There was a lot on the line over the course of this weekend.
Yeah, just plenty to play for, and of course PNG, just congratulations to them, the men's and the women's team both making it through as the qualifier from the Oceania to the Sydney and Hamilton leg of the HSBC World 7 Series, and of course a World Cup spot.
Here comes the New Zealand women's team, champions on the women's side. Stacey Walker up there, Tyler Nathan Wong, also Kayla Blyde, Portia Woman, Ruby Tui, Tenika Willison, Nina Tatamaki, Gail Broughton, Renee Whitcliffe, Teresa Fitzpatrick, Siwaka Navina Saheli, at the back somewhere will be the captain, Sarah Goss. Move through as well. Really made great strides under new coach Ellen Bunting. has changed the ethos and the feeling around the group. They're starting to pay dividends. They won the World 7 Series this year, and now Saragossa will come up and accept the trophy. And the Oceania Sevens champions for 2017, beating the defending champions Australia in this cup final. They finished the day here on finals day, the last match, and they were successful. New Zealand, the winners of Oceania Rugby Sevens tournament in 2017. Overall, Elsie, how have you seen this Oceania 7 tournament? I think it's been successful.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and you know, just a wonderful platform for a lot of the smaller teams in the region to, you know, just gain that much needed exposure against the core teams in the series, both for the men's and women's, and I'm sure they will value these experiences.
Nothing like finishing off with a selfie. Tyler Nathan Wong gets it done. So do New Zealand. Congratulations to them on the women's side. Congratulations to the home team, Fiji. I'd like to say thank you for everyone watching, not only here in Fiji, New Zealand, Australia, and around the world. This Oceania Sevens has been a pleasure bringing it to you over the course of the last 2 days. We'd like to say mode, and we'll see you all again next year.